Good morning. Wow, I just realized how Amish I looked this morning. Not a dig at Amish people or anything, but it's pretty good. Um, anyways, the six stocks I'm watching today. We're gonna start with CYBL. All right, so I played this on Friday. If you remember, I made a little bit of money on it. Sold right after it failed here on Friday. Showing a huge gap up this morning. I don't know if that's going to stick or not. It could be a misprint, could be tiny volume going through with that. But I'd be very surprised to see that gap to 5 cents. Anyways, you can see my wedge on the 1 year, 1 day chart that zoomed in. But I want to see it break out the top of the wedge. Now the wedge has been consolidating, so we're looking at about a 0.048. So we're gonna mark that right there, and we're gonna create an alert to make sure that I don't miss it. A little below that 0.048, it'll give us a good indication that it's gonna have some strength today. The next up, of course, is ILUS. Now, stocks that are running tend to stay in play for quite a while, so it's really good to focus on those ones. ILUS has been running. It had a mini breakout on Thursday and then a tiniest breakout on Friday, but it failed. This is actually a good sign. It's consolidating under its high. The longer it consolidates, the more it tests that high, the stronger the breakout's going to be. So it might not be today even. It might consolidate another day. But if this breaks out, I want to get in on it. So we'll see what happens today. I think we'll see probably a little bit of a dip and rip if it's going to work. It will drop a little bit out of the open like it did on Friday and then work its way back up. Volume still isn't really here for this play. You can see the volume for the past couple of days still doesn't amount to as much as the initial run. So I'd really like to see more volume on this play to get it to go somewhere. The next one I want to look at is FERN. Now FERN has been consolidating. It ran to 6.6 cents and then it dropped back down to like 2.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. But it's been consolidating in this area. It's had 3 decent green days in a row. That's the only thing I don't like about this play is that it would be a monthly breakout and could potentially go for the 52-week high, but it's going to be its 4th green day, so I'm a little hesitant on this one. Stocks typically don't go straight up and down, but it wouldn't be its first time that it's had multiple green days in a row. But going straight up is hard, so I'd like to see some consolidation on this one actually today, but we'll keep it on watch and see what happens. Next one is AABB. So we're still waiting for this proprietary cryptocurrency exchange to launch. So there could be a catalyst on this today, or it's a buy the rumor, sell the news type of thing. But it had a pretty solid green day on Friday in the afternoon. As you can see, people wanted to be in over the weekend. Maybe they thought the announcement was going to come. I would like to see a dip and rip on this as well. If it's going to have some continuation, I want to see it put in a low and then a higher low, and then I'll hop in on that as it heads back towards red-green. The next one is RGBP. Now, I lost money on this on Friday, and I'm mad about it, honestly, because it was just not sticking to my trading plan. If you remember, I got daily recaps, I got daily watch lists. Anyways, I bought in somewhere in here. I held through this dip, and then I sold on this one, this big red candle. Now, I thought there was so much selling pressure, there's no way it's not going to drop below my risk level of 0.0237. So I hopped out right there at like 244, somewhere in that neighborhood. And then it turned out to be a terrible sell as it went on a pretty decent run the rest of the day. And it never actually broke below my actual risk level. So it was a terrible trade for me. I should have held in it longer. Anyways, I'm thinking this is going to be a dip and rip today. The people that took the gap, you can see a lot of people bought right at the close. The people that are taking it overnight are going to sell first thing. It's going to lead to a little dip. And then I'm thinking we get some continuation and buy in after a higher low is set. Last one is INND. Now this one's been a bane in my existence recently. I haven't traded it very well. But you can see it's consolidating near its highs, recent highs anyways, within the past few months. and actually some previous resistance there at 2.5. So this could be a pretty substantial breakout when the consolidation is over. And I suppose you could actually draw a wedge on this one too. We'll do that real quick. It's a little tricky with that really wicky one there, but it's a pretty tight wedge that's forming right now. Maybe it needs to consolidate more, maybe it doesn't, but I'm going to be watching this one. You can see I have an alert set above 0.024, so then I can see if it's approaching the breakout level and what the price action looks like at that point. So hopefully we all have green days today. Best of luck to you all out there. And as usual, hit that like, hit that subscribe. You don't want to miss our morning watch list updates, as well as our daily recaps and Trading 101. We have a few videos in there, and we'll be building on that in the near future, going over the trading basics if you're new to trading, and some pretty novel ideas. So stay tuned.